Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq receives a written message from the Prime Minister of the Republic of India related to areas of existing cooperation between the two countries in various fields. His Majesty the Sultan exchanges greetings with a number of world leaders on the occasion of Eid al-Adha. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq receives greetings from several officials in the Sultanate of Oman on the advent of the blessed Eid al-Adha. Pilgrims flocked to Mina on the day of Tarwiyah in pursuit of the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq received a written message from His Excellency Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, related to aspects of existing cooperation between the two countries in various fields, within the framework of the good bilateral relations that unite them. His Majesty the Sultan received the message when he gave an audience today to His Excellency Ajit Doval, National Security Advisor of the Republic of India, at Al Baraka Palace. During the meeting, the guest conveyed the greetings and wishes of the Indian Prime Minister to His Majesty the Sultan, wishing the Sultanate of Oman further progress and prosperity. From his part, His Majesty asked the guest to convey his greetings to the Indian Prime Minister, wishing the Republic of India further development and prosperity. During the meeting, they exchanged cordial talks and discussed bilateral relations between the two friendly countries and ways of enhancing and developing them in all fields, in addition to exchanging views on issues of common interest. The meeting was attended by His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed al-Nu'mani, Minister of the Royal Office. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq exchanged greetings on the occasion of Eid al-Adha via phone calls today with His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the United Arab Emirates, His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, King of the Kingdom of Bahrain, His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Emir of the State of Qatar, His Highness Sheikh Nawaf Al Ahmad Al Jaber Al Sabah, Emir of the State of Kuwait, His Excellency President Abdul Fattah al-Sisi, President of the Arab Republic of Egypt, and His Excellency President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, President of the Republic of Turkey. His Majesty the Sultan expressed his sincere greetings and best wishes to them for good health, happiness, and a long life, praying to Almighty Allah to repeat this blessed occasion for them and their peoples, the peoples of their countries, so that more aspirations for progress and prosperity. For their part, their Majesties, Excellencies, and Highnesses expressed their sincere greetings and best wishes to His Majesty the Sultan, praying to the Almighty to repeat this blessed occasion for His Majesty for many years, fulfilling all hopes and aspirations of His loyal people for further advancement and prosperity. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq exchanged greetings with His Majesty King Abdullah II Ibn al-Hussein, King of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, on the occasion of the blessed Eid al-Adha during a phone call this evening. His Majesty the Sultan expressed his sincere greetings and best wishes to His Majesty the King for good health, happiness, and long life, praying to Allah the Almighty to repeat such occasion and for the Jordanian people to achieve progress, development, and prosperity. For his part, His Majesty the King conveyed his warmest greetings and best wishes to His Majesty the Sultan, asking the Almighty to grant him good health, happiness, and long life, and for the Omani people to enjoy continuous growth and prosperity under the wise leadership of His Majesty. On the advent of the blessed Eid al-Adha, His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq received greetings from a number of officials in the Sultanate of Oman. They expressed their sincere greetings to His Majesty the Sultan, wishing him good health and long life, praying to Allah the Almighty to protect His Majesty and return such occasions with welfare and happiness, and for the Omani people further progress and prosperity under the wise leadership of His Majesty the Sultan. His Majesty the Sultan received greetings from His Highness Sayyid Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers. His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for Defense Affairs. His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of the Diwan of Royal Court. His Excellency General Sultan bin Muhammad Al Nu'mani, Minister of the Royal Office and Head of the Office of the Supreme Commander. His Excellency Sheikh Abdul Malik bin Abdullah Al Khalili, Chairman of the State Council. His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal Al Ma'wali, Chairman of the Shura Council. His Excellency Lieutenant General Hassan bin Muhsin Al Shriqi, Inspector General of Police and Customs, and His Excellency Lieutenant General Saeed bin Ali Al Hilali, Head of the Internal Security Services. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Ismail Omar Guelleh of the Republic of Djibouti on the occasion of his country's independence anniversary. His Excellency General Sultan bin Muhammad Al Nu'mani, Minister of the Royal Office, received in his office today His Excellency Ajit Doval, National Security Advisor in the Republic of India, and his accompanying delegation. The meeting took place within the context of the attention accorded by Oman to current regional and international issues, and in reaffirmation of Oman's status on the global arena, where it gained confidence due to its constant policy of advocating dialogue and peace. His Excellency welcomed the guest, who expressed his thanks and appreciation to the Sultanate of Oman for enhancing means of cooperation to achieve the joint interests of the two countries. During the meeting, the two sides exchanged cordial conversations and discussed various matters of mutual interest. Strategic relations and cooperation in various spheres between the Sultanate of Oman and the Republic of India topped discussions of His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, Foreign Minister, with His Excellency Ajit Doval, National Security Advisor of the Republic of India, who is currently visiting the Sultanate. During the meeting, the two sides reviewed military and technological cooperation, mining, in addition to economic, commercial investment and cultural ties. They as well exchanged viewpoints on a number of regional international issues. They also affirmed on the keenness of their leaderships to adopt the constructive policy that is based on dialogue and international cooperation. His Excellency the Foreign Minister, and on behalf of the government of the Sultanate of Oman, greeted the Republic of India on the successful hosting of G20 meetings. Pilgrims started flocking to Mina on the day of Tarwiyah in pursuit of the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. They are also recommended to spend the night there. Pilgrims will continue performing Hajj rituals by staying in Mina, supplicating the Almighty and thanking His gracious blessings. After the sunset of the 9th of Dhul Hijjah, pilgrims will head to the holy mount of Arafat. After that, they will stay in Al-Muzdalifah to spend Tashriq days. Pilgrims will continue throwing pebbles, starting from smaller to the medium and the biggest stone, each with 7 pebbles. The gross domestic product at current prices of the Sultanate of Oman increased by 7.4% to 10.42 billion Omani riyals at the end of the first quarter of 2023 compared to the corresponding period of 2022, according to preliminary data issued by the National Center for Statistics and Information.
The gross domestic product at current prices of the Sultanate of Oman increased by 7.4% to reach 10.42 billion Omani riyals at the end of the first quarter of 2023 compared to the corresponding period of 2022, according to preliminary data issued by the National Center for Statistics and Information. According to the data, the GDP at current prices at the end of first quarter of last year was 9.71 billion Omani riyals. This increase was mainly supported by the growth of non-oil activities, which increased by 6.7% to 7.26 billion Omani riyals at the end of the first quarter of 2023. The total industrial activities recorded a growth of 4.6%, amounting to 1.92 billion Omani riyals at the end of first quarter of 2023, while the activities of agriculture, forestry and fishing recorded a growth of 8.4% to reach 233.90 million Omani riyals, and service activities recorded a growth of 7.4% to reach 4.86 billion Omani riyals. Oil activities increased by 6.1% to reach 3.58 billion Omani riyals at the end of the first quarter of 2023. While crude oil activities grew by 6%, reaching 3.84 billion Omani riyals, while natural gas activities increased by 6.5%, reaching 500.60 million Omani riyals.
And joining us on call is Mr. Khalfan Al-Touqi, economic analyst. Mr. Khalfan, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Welcome to the News Bulletin.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khalid, for having me in the News Bulletin, and also thank you for shedding light on the informative report.
Thank you. Let me ask you, what is the significance of the increase in the Sultanate's gross domestic product?
Yeah, as mentioned in your report, the increase is not only in oil activities, but it's in oil and non-oil. Such increase will allow Oman to be able to implement whatever the plans for this year, 2023. Also, it will continue to pay its debit as planned and in several times, as mentioned from the government in 2022 and in the beginning of 2023. They are paying the loans, especially with high interest before their dues. Also avoiding to borrow more money. It will borrow money maybe, but it will borrow in activities or in a project which is important and which is bringing more income for the country. Also, it will allow the government to initiate more social and economic initiatives which will benefit people and also private sector.
And could you also shed some light for us and the viewers what the consequences of the growth of oil and non-oil industrial and service activities for the Omani economy, and in terms of classifying the Sultanate as a manufacturing or a consuming country?
Yeah. Thank you, Khalid, for such a question. It's an excellent question. As everyone knows, that Oman and Gulf countries are depending on oil and gas as a priority and a majority of their GDP. But now Oman trying very hard to depending on more than oil activities. As you see in everyday deal, they are trying to initiate more agreements or more initiatives. Few days ago, they signed with big Korean and international companies in green energy. Also, they are doing their best to guarantee sustainability in our economy, and also the excellent part in such report that we are not depending only in oil, but this year we increased also in non-oil activities by 7.4%. This makes Oman confident to be in better ranking and to attract more investment and also to motivate the local investors.
Well, to understand this more, can you tell us, does this have a direct impact on the standard of living of the individual in Oman? I mean, are there positive hopes in this regard?
Yeah, of course, it will make very positive impact. First of all, it will create new jobs and also more opportunities for all companies, especially SMEs and also big companies. Quality of the services in health, for example, health, education, housing, social development. And we can mention very good example that government committed to spend almost 1.2 billion Riyal Omani in new projects in the Sultan Qaboos, Sultan Haytham city. And the commitment is not only from Ministry of Housing, but in all government bodies. Besides 1.2 billion, we are talking about other investors locally and internationally. They are committed to be part of this huge project. Means that we will benefit, but it will take time, of course, to feel it and to feel it. I don't know if you got my point.
That was the economic analyst, Mr. Khalfan Al-Tawqi. Thank you so much for joining us and providing us with this valuable information. The Municipal Council of Al-Dakhliya Governorate held its 6th meeting of this year. During the meeting, the council reviewed various or previous proposals related to development services, education indicators, and surveys of new land plots of residential, commercial, and industrial uses across the governorate's wilayas. The council also discussed the regulations, activities, and suggested sites for Al-Jabal Al-Akhdar Festival, which is to be held next August. In order to improve Omani Women's Association's level and to incorporate them in various developmental fields and to demonstrate their social activities, the Ministry of Social Development, in cooperation with Oman Liquefied Natural Gas Company, launched Omani Women's Association Excellence Award in South and North Al-Sharqiyya Governorates. More details in the coming report.
11 associations and 2 branches of Omani Women's Association in South and North Al-Sharqiyya Governorate will be adapting a new governance system as part of its social framework. This initiative is sponsored by Oman Liquefied Natural Gas Company, which will be activated by launching the Excellence Award in line with the Ministry of Social Development's plans of supporting these associations and make them sustainable.
This important award, it will enrich and encourage the women in the Women Association to practice more and be incorporated with other association within the Sharqiyya region to come up with creative ideas, projects, and as well to enhance the management of the association.
The Excellence Award aims to develop administrative work practices of women's associations in South and North Al-Sharqiyya Governorates from several aspects, namely administration, finance, marketing, as well as boosting the competitiveness among women's associations in both governorates.
This award will seek the excellence in Omani Women Association in 3 fields, which is media field and business and administration field. This will improve the work in the Omani Women Association, and we hope that this award will also initiated in other governorate in Sultanate of Oman.
5 goals are to be met through this award in favor of women's associations in South and North Al-Sharqiyya, which are competitiveness, motivation, innovation, discovery, and collaboration. This award will be launched in July and continues till October this year by bringing several programs, meetings, activities, workshops, and innovation laboratories across all associations in both governorates. Sultan bin Saif al-Sara'i from Wilaya of Sur, South al-Sharqiyya Governorate.
Open Day for Higher Institute was held today under the theme Leadership in Specialized Health Education. The event was patronized by Her Excellency Dr. Fatima Muhammad Al-Ajmi, Ministry of Health's Undersecretary for Administrative, Financial and Planning Affairs, with the presence of President of Oman Cancer Association and a number of Director General and senior officials from public and private institutions, in addition to faculty members. More details in the following report.
An open day under the theme Leadership in Specialized Health Education, organized by Higher Institute of Health Specialties Ministry of Health, was held today at the Ministry of Defense Pension Fund Hall. Higher Institute of Health Specialties is one of the leading institutions in the Middle East, which constantly working to prepare qualified health cadres in various healthcare specialty programs to meet the dynamic and complex needs of care of individuals in the healthcare institutions. The opening ceremony was commenced with the Dean's address, Dr. Manala Zidgali, where she highlighted on the efforts exerted by the Institute in preparing cadres for different specialties in line with the Oman Vision 2040. She added that the Ministry of Health has invested extensively in the education and training of healthcare professionals to ensure comprehensive health care to all community members. The event shed light on the Institute of Health's specialties achievements and the role of community partnerships. The event included an exhibition that showcased research achievements of graduates and students. Other corners, including participations of community and entertainment activities, were displayed at the exhibition.
This is the Sultanate of Oman's television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main headlines once again. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq receives a written message from the Prime Minister of the Republic of India related to areas of existing cooperation between the two countries in various fields. His Majesty the Sultan exchanges greetings with a number of world leaders on the occasion of Eid al-Adha. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq receives greetings from several officials in the Sultanate of Oman on the advent of the blessed Eid al-Adha. And pilgrims flock to Mina on the day of Tarwiyah in pursuit of the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night and enjoy your Eid holidays. Thank you.